Hello everybody, how you all doing? Dave here. Going to give you a quick little review, a couple little tips. I just recently got back, spent 2 weeks in Florida, Fort Lauderdale on Hollywood Beach. Stayed at Costa Resort, Beach Resort. I'm going to switch this over to this. We're going to do a little Google walk. I'll give you a couple of tips on some of the things I've seen and what was going on there. Get this put down there like that. There you go. Going to start off down on the boardwalk, or broad walk as they call it when you're there. I just want to start off just at Senior Frogs, and we're going to head up the broad walk there a little bit. The reason why I stop at Senior Frogs, you're going to find a couple of restaurants, quite a few restaurants along the broad walk. Unfortunately, most of the take from what I gathered from most people, that the food was not very good. A couple of places I did eat at, the little Pizza Hut right here, you walk up to the window. You'll order a slice of pizza. He sells sliced pizza, which is absolutely fantastic, because what they do is they don't quite cook it all the way. So when you order a slice, he throws it back in the oven, and it's just like getting fresh pizza right out of the oven. Be careful though, you'll burn your mouth. I'm on Google Walk. We're just going to head up here. I'll give you a little tips on some of the things of what's going on there. I ate at a restaurant called Venice. Also ate at another one called Easy, I think it's called. It's a Canadian owned. We're from Canada. So just heading up the broad walk here. We're heading towards Margaritaville, which is sort of like the hub, the center of Hollywood Beach. And like I said, lots of restaurants, as you see here. Nick's, I ate at Venice one morning. I had a breakfast at Venice. The guy who was serving me told me that I should have went to Nick's. They have a better breakfast. Figure that one out. He used to work at Nick's, but I'm sure that the person at Venice would have been too happy to hear that he suggested we go eat there. Subway is fairly cheap. Same as the pizza down there is fairly cheap. Most stuff is a little pricey here. Like for you to go get a burger and a fries, you're looking at well over $20, $20 to $30 with a drink. This is Margaritaville with a stage. They play live bands on there. You get a lot of people build up here at nighttime. It's a great place to go though. Usually really good talented bands. But like I said, things are pricey. Over here, it's a little taco shack if you're into that. A lot of fish tacos is pretty popular that come out of there. That on top of the prices that they charge, they add a surcharge or the tip, the gratuity. Now here's the funny thing is, do not be afraid to ask about the gratuity. But I'll give you a little tip on the gratuity too. So the way we went, we had a hamburger and a French fries. Both of us got ordered just a soda pop with it. We got the bill. We seen the gratuity was added on there, or a 20% surcharge. So we asked the person serving us, said, is that tip included? And the person serving us responded by saying, and I'll quote, 70% of that service charge goes to the owner, 30% goes to the server. Right off the bat, I felt guilty a little bit about that, so I added an extra tip on for the server. Well, fast forward, only to find out that that extra tip that I was giving to the person who was serving me was actually the owner. So they were getting 100% plus the tip. But don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to not add an extra tip or feel compelled that you have to add a tip, because it seems to be the standard in the area, especially along Boardwalk here or the Broad Walk. You're going to be paying an extra tip. We're just going to keep coming on up here. I'm going to walk up to where some of my favorite things. Another little tip right here. Each night, wife and I would go for a walk. We like to go get our Haagen-Dazs. Haagen-Dazs is a great quality ice cream. Couple of little tips about that. You're going to walk in there, you're going to see these fantastic looking cones. They look so tasty. A little warning for you, if you order your ice cream in a cone, be prepared to eat it fast. Because once you walk out Broad Walk, you are in Florida. That ice cream is going to melt very, very quickly. It will be dripping down your elbows, and you'll be licking it off your forearms. Seeing it over and over and over. A very smart way to get it would be to get it into a cup. Get a 1, 2 scoop, 3 scoop. Now, if you get a 2 scoop, it's about $7.50 American for 2 scoops in a cup. And for $1 more, you can get 3 scoops. So great tip is if you're going in the Haagen-Dazs, get yourself the 3 scoop. Pick 3 different flavors. Don't just stick with one. Enjoy it all. My favorite being the coffee. Oh, just delicious. Going to head on up the Broad Walk here. So I stayed at the Costa Hotel Beach Resort, which we'll be coming up to here. And I'm going to cut through and we're going to head on up to the street because I'll show you another little tip. Like I said, things are pricey here. You've got that 20% charge that they're putting on. Let's see if we can get us up to, I may have passed it. Oh, I did. And we're past where I wanted to go. So we're back here. This is the Costa Resort. Yeah. Just spent 2 weeks there. Go figure that out. So we're going to turn here. We're going to go up this little roadway. This is coming up the one way, the backside. As you're coming up here, this is the Costa Resort on the left and on the right. You see here to the right, a place called Tito's. It says Tito's right there. I don't know if that's the actual name of it, but it's a variety store and it's open to midnight. Very, very nice, friendly people there. You can go in there, you can get your pop, your chips, your chocolate bars, your munchies. They sell lots of variety of stuff, even some heated up foods, like, what do you call them? I don't know if they're burritos or what they are, tequilas or totitos. I don't know. Anyhow, very nice, very friendly in there. Go in there. Great to pick up stuff when you're heading back to your room. We'll head on up here. I'm going to do another little video on the actual hotel I stayed at, give you a couple of tips about that. And we're going to take a tour of the pool. I ate a lot at the pool, drank a lot at the pool. Right now I'm just taking you out onto the street. Now here's the difference you're going to find. If I can get us up there. Here we are. Whoop. Have to get us out in the street. There we go. So you come out to Main Street. This is where I go out every morning. Just back here on the left, when you come out your door on the right, you cross over. There's a nice coffee shop there. You can get some coffees, a little pricey, but some great pastries and all that, always freshly made. Everything you get there is warm. You get yourself a croissant, it's heated up. A cinnamon roll, it's heated up. But each day I'd like to go down here, just walk on down. This is only like a minute walk, if that. And a great variety store to go to is across the street, right over here. This is the canal over here. The other side is the ocean. But I would cross the street and go over here to Joe's Market. Another great variety store. You can buy beer in there, pop, chips, all that type of stuff. You can, if you have a room that has a stove or whatever, they also have some foods in there you can buy to take home with you to eat. Over here, you're not paying the 20% surcharge that they charge you, like they seem to want to charge everybody else on things. We'll come down here. This is a great restaurant. Ate here a couple of times. It's Capone's. They make their own, it's like a bar. I thought it was, the first time it was just an Italian restaurant, but they make their own sauce for pizza. Pizza is really, really popular there. I personally got hooked on eating their chicken wings. They have, I'm not a big jumbo chicken wing. I like them smaller. I like with lots of sauce on it, but their chicken wings were just, they were huge, but absolutely delicious, just cooked perfectly. If you head on down a bit more too, I'll show you one other little thing down here. And remember, when you're there at the Capone's, if you're eating on this side of the street, you're not hitting with this extra surcharge. You're not charging you like a tourist. Now, this is not very far. It seems like it might have traveled a bit, but this is like, you're talking a 2-minute walk from Costa Hotel. This is where Margaritaville is. Over here is a Breeze or whatever it's called. It's a store which got absolutely just everything. Hoodies, shorts, great quality wear at a really, really reasonable prices. I highly recommend you want to go buy yourself some souvenirs, some shirts. Don't go into the little shacks that are along the Broadwalk. Go on over here to the Breezeway over here, right up along the Margaritaville. If you walk down that road is where the stage is. That's down there. But coming over here, I'll show you right over here. Here's where you would catch what's called the water taxi. Great excursion for the day. It says it's about a 3-hour tour. We took the water taxi. We were on it for a good 5 hours plus. It has a washroom on it. It has a bar on it, so you're not going to go thirsty or have to worry about going to a washroom. They drive all the way up the canal. They describe a lot of boats. We got to see Steven Spielberg's boat, yacht, $150 million, just a drop in the bucket. Lots of rich people's homes and all that. They talk a lot about the cool thing about it when you're on the ride. It makes a few stops, but the people that are driving it, the captain and that, they're always commentating, telling you what's going on. It's like an actual tour. So fantastic. It was worth it. Like I said, for 5 hours. I think for the two of us altogether it was $90. And that also, if you buy online, you can get drinks at a discount, pre-order your drinks. My wife had pre-ordered 2 drinks. So just a couple of tips while you're here. Weather is always fantastic. Nobody really harassing you on the street to come here or there. Be a little careful along the Broadwalk for the food. It's not the greatest, but you'll get some great food over here. Another great place I went there twice, is I went to a place called Joe's Barbecue. I took an Uber. Use an Uber to go everywhere. I went to Joe's Barbecue twice. He does a smoked brisket, which he smokes for like 16 hours, pulled pork, sausage, chicken, ribs, and I ordered a rack of ribs. I've never seen ribs that thick as what I had at Joe's Barbecue. A couple other things we did while we were there. We went over to what's called Gulfstream on the Sunday. Great thing to do for a Sunday afternoon is we went and we watched horse races. Enjoy it. I don't follow the horses, but it's pretty fun to sit there and try to follow them. Pretty cool to be there. It's a good way to spend an afternoon. All these things, when you're out, even if you're not doing anything, like the water taxi, after 5 hours, I was exhausted. I needed a rest back at the room. But all in all, it was good. My next video, I'm going to do a little quick take on the Costa Hotel. It was my second time staying there. And I don't know, I'm probably not going to stay there again. Nothing that it was really bad, but if you really want to see and hear some of the ins and outs of my experience at the Costa Hotel compared to my first time I was there, check out my next video. In the meantime, go to Florida. I absolutely love Florida. I can't put my finger on it, but Fort Lauderdale, the weather was just incredible. Got lots of nice sun, lots of relaxation. Always people seemed very, very friendly. They had a football game, the NFL football game, where the Buffalo Bills were playing the Florida Marlins. We went over to Capone's. It's a sports bar. There was quite a few people in there. Very surprised to find that more people were rooting on the Buffalo Bills than the Marlins. And the Marlins beat the Buffalo Bills, so the Miami Marlins, they're only 20 miles from Miami. Go figure that one out. Anyways, check out my next video. Let's see if I can get out of this. I'll bring that up over there. Here I am. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to put up a couple more. Bye.